Hey guys, thanks for joining us back here on Vegucation. We are talking about gut health.
My favorite topic.
You know, so I know where my gut is. I see it all the time. It hides other parts of my body. I don't like looking at it. But help me understand like some signs. Actually, I have two questions.
Okay.
Signs that your gut isn't healthy other than it hides other parts of your body, because we already know that. But also like, because a lot of times on this show, we don't mean to, sorry guys, but we forget about the boys a little bit. So maybe the difference between like what men should be concerned with or what women should be concerned with when it comes to their gut health.
Yeah, so I think that, okay, first and foremost, a lot of the things that I see are going to be lots of belching or gas after meals, lots of bloating, not going to the bathroom multiple times a day. That is number 2, right?
So wait, are we talking about signs that you have a unhealthy gut, or are you just talking about me?
I'm sorry if you feel personally called
I'm personally attacked because
Yes.
I have all of these
Yes.
issues.
Yes.
And I know there's more.
So multiple times a day. Again, maybe your nails are breaking, signs that you're not absorbing your nutrients. Maybe you have a lot of acne issues. That's a sign of also having gut issues. Specifically, body acne is a sign of a gut issue, an underlying issue that's going on in the body, which a lot of people don't know. You know, specifically for men and women, men don't suffer with as many, but they still suffer gut issues as women. And a lot of it is due to stress levels. So women internalize a lot of their stress in the belly.
So true.
Men internalize differently. So if you are in a fight or flight state, right? So let's say we're in an argument and then you go to eat lunch. When you are in fight or flight, your digestive system will not work.
Oh, wow.
Which is why I can talk to a client and they'll say, I had X for breakfast yesterday and I had X for breakfast today, but yesterday my stomach was upset. And I was like, okay, well, let's talk about what happened before that. Oh, I got in a fight with my husband. Oh, work called and stressed me out. So, you know, really taking time to breathe. You know, like as women, we're taught that like having a stomach that sticks out is bad. And
So
even
we
men
suck
too.
it in.
So we suck it in. But by doing that, you're really stopping that deep belly breathing and your body's ability to be able to relax enough to let your digestive system work properly.
Now, what if you can master sucking it in and breathing deeply?
You can't.
Okay.
Yeah. Deep belly breathing requires you to stick it out and get
Okay.
used to it. And for a lot of women who are repairing with body issues and gut issues, you know, I'm like, get used to rubbing the belly.
Okay.
Get used to loving it. Like if you carry a baby, right, like you rub your belly, but
Yeah.
afterwards you're like, screw
that
you, belly. I don't need you anymore.
Right.
But we do.
That's
we need
true.
it
We stopped
every
giving it
single day.
love. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah. Love
Okay.
on your belly.
Love on your belly.
Love on the belly.
So men and women, we internalize stress differently. That can impact our gut health. What are some like conditions or like issues that you have heard of or that you've helped clients with that relate to gut health?
Yeah, so you
And
see.
I keep pointing to the gut, and I'm going to rub it the next time.
Yes, rub it the next time. So you have IBS, which we hear a lot, which is irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, which is more prevalent, celiac disease, which is very specific to being allergic to the protein in wheat.
But that's a gut thing, celiac?
Celiac is definitely a gut thing.
That's
yeah.
interesting.
And we're seeing an increase in celiac, in my opinion. There's a lot of scientific research pointing to the reason being is because wheat is now heavily sprayed with the glyphosate, which is a chemical commonly found in Roundup. So that's crushing people's guts and really causing that celiac marker in their genetics to turn on. And then you have, you know, SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. You have Candida, which is going to be a yeast overgrowth within your body. So there's so many functions within the gut, and if any of these things are awry, your mood's going to be really bad. You know, we have so many people struggling with depression, and a lot of times the first thing is to put them on depression meds. And, you know, if a client comes to me and says they're depressed, my first question is, how is your gut? How many times a day are you pooping? What does your poop look like? And I know it's not the sexiest thing to talk about, but can we like sex poop up a little bit?
Let's normalize talking about poop.
Yeah.
Why
At
not?
the Rushlow household, we are celebrated poopers. We talk about it. We talk about, you know, all of it.
That's good.
And we love it.
We love it.
We love it.
So gut health issues, There was one thing that you had told me about gut health, or you talked about like depression. And so talk to us about what in the gut, like what does it produce that like causes depression, or like how do they relate to each other?
Yeah, so when you look at serotonin levels, right? Serotonin levels are going to be
That's the
your
happy
levels.
endorphin, right?
Yeah. So
Or the happy hormone, not an endorphin.
80 to 90% of your serotonin is made in your gut. Wow. So if your gut is struggling on a regular basis, of course your mood's going to be struggling. You're going to, think about when you have a stomach ache, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think of St. Louis, right? We were just on a trip together and you got a horrible stomach ache.
My stomach bloated so bad. I
So
looked
poorly.
6 months pregnant, and it was so painful.
And again, how was your mood at that point?
Well, I mean, before my stomach started bloating, I think my mood was fine. I was hangry maybe.
Yeah. But imagine somebody living with something similar to that. I'm someone who's avidly working with a holistic physician to get rid of my SIBO. So what SIBO does, very similar to what you witnessed for that time at night. Thankfully,
Yeah.
you don't witness that all the time, but that was something for me for years that I had. I'd wake up, my stomach would be fairly flat in the morning, not always flat, but then by the end of the day, I would look about 6 months pregnant.
Yeah, it was awful.
Every single day. And so, when you work out, and a lot of women will work out really hard and, they're searching to get this flat tummy, which, by the way, ladies, we're not really designed to have flat tummies. We're designed to carry babies. They don't go hand in hand.
Interesting. I rebuke that.
Yeah.
I want my flat tummy back. You don't care.
I don't care because I want you to be healthy, not just with a flat tummy.
Yeah, I want to be healthy too. I definitely don't, like you said, you wake up, you feel fine, you're in a great mood, you're being active and you're eating the right things, and then to end the night so bloated.
Yep.
So that's a gut health red flag.
Absolutely, because what happens when you have SIBO is your food actually ferments all day. So if you think about like fermenting an alcohol,
Yeah.
right? You're just building it up.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening in your gut.
Oh, no.
Is your gut is just fermenting all day and building into this nice beach ball. And then, when you go to sleep, it has enough time to work through a lot of stuff, but definitely isn't going to fix the problem long term.
So are there things that you recommend that can help with gut health? Any kind of like supplement or?
Yeah, so I feel like as far as supplements, if you really are struggling, right? It's not just occasionally I get constipated. Like if you're in a struggle state, go see a holistic physician, go see a naturopath, go see a functional doctor, get a stool test.
What's the difference between functional holistic and like a traditional
Yeah,
doctor?
so when you go to see a holistic or naturopath, someone on that side, they're going to go more towards the herbal route. So they're going to stay further away from traditional medicine. They're going to have a lot different techniques and things to try with you versus going the antibiotic route
Yeah.
or, sticking you on a pill for the rest of your life.
And when they do your blood work, they look for different markers,
Yes,
right?
they look for a lot of different markers. So for someone who has candida, a sister to candida is mold. So when you think of that, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
could I have mold? Could there be mycotoxins? Is there an area of my house that's actually causing this candida? Because if we treat the candida, but there's still mold in your house, the candida will
It's
come
gonna keep
back.
coming back. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So many different avenues, but I don't recommend just blindly really taking much. The one supplement that I do recommend for everyone, including my dogs, is a supplement called Ion Biome. This was developed by Zach Bush. And
Used to be called Restore.
Used to
if you
be
have an old
formerly-
bottle laying around the house like I do.
Yes, formerly called Restore. And basically what this does is this helps block out chemicals that are wrecking your gut, like glyphosate. So it's going to tighten those junctures in your gut and make it so you're not having leaky gut, which is where your food is spilling into your bloodstream,
Ooh.
causing lots of
That
problems.
sounds terrible.
It does. And again, you're going to have a harder time building immunity and a harder time just staying really healthy. If your
And being
gut-
happy, because that's where all the happy hormone gets produced, most of it.
Happy gut, happy head, happy Brit, happy Leia.
I love it. All right, you guys, we have so much more to talk about. Actually, my favorite topic related to gut health is coming up next because we get to talk about poop.
So, POOP. We'll see you in a minute.